Excuse me. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Just got out here. It's, I don't know, Wednesday. That's all I know. Wednesday. It's not dark, so it's got to be sometime during the daytime. We're going to try to camp for a couple of nights out here. We're at a state park. Nothing really that exciting here. I mean, there is like a 12-mile hiking trail, a 400 and something acre lake. That's about it. I mean, and none of it's close to the site I'm at. Well, the walking trail is. It's right through those weeds over there. But I can't see me doing no 12-mile hike. But the lake's a pretty good hike over that way behind you. But we'll look at that later. But what I'm going to do for now is mess around here and get set up and find something to drink and maybe something to eat. I had to skip breakfast this morning to get all my running around done before I could leave home. So we'll get something going here. Try to get set up first, though. All right, I'll get right back with you. Hey, folks. Finally figured out what time it was. It was about 1:13 when I looked at the clock, and that was a while ago. Well, not really, I guess, because it's only 1:39 now. It is 57 degrees and cloudy. Clear conditions expected around 8 o'clock tonight. Wind gusts are up to 7 miles an hour. Anyway, I'll take that. I'm going to make me a quick pour over here and get a little pep in my step, hopefully. And we'll go from there. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I do have a couple of things to cook out here over the next couple of days. Gut wadded my filter in there. Anyway, we'll do something halfway interesting anyway. If not, we'll mess it up good enough where it'll look funny to you. Let that drain down. All right, we're going to get this cup of coffee down us. We've got the camp set up. I don't know if maybe I can turn you around here without tearing everything up. I could probably zoom back out or whatever you do with this. Pan out. That's it. Got a picnic table and chair, fire. I was unpacking the firewood a while ago and laying it out there and felt about 3 raindrops. But the weatherman can't lie. He just told me it was going to be clear. All right, guys, get back with you in a little bit. All right, folks, I was just telling you how the weatherman couldn't lie, but it wasn't going to rain. Well, he lied because it was just sprinkling. Had to slide my picnic table back under here a little further. Got my cup of coffee made. Figured I need a little snack before I get this day started. Well, this afternoon started. I got a package of this tuna creations. I got the bacon ranch. I've never had the bacon ranch before, so we'll see. If that's any indication, it's not bad. These things are a little tough to get the package to cooperate, but I don't know. We'll try. Not really getting the bacon or the ranch, but it's good. Yeah. Meal fit for a king. Or, yeah, that's Star-Kissed. All right, guys. I'm going to eat this, drink my coffee. Then we'll see what we can get into. Hopefully something. Hopefully it'll quit sprinkling, because it just started again. All right, we're going to try to get a fire going. We'll see how this works. I got a piece of a pine stick that I found. There was a pine tree over there, had a bunch of sap running out of it, or rosin, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to see if we can get that going to start our fire. I do have some, well, I put a fire starter in there. It's just dryer lint and hand sanitizer, I guess. There it goes. See if we can get that to burn. It ought to burn good. But right until I started showing it off and it went out. We shall see anyway. Well, you can tell that pine's burning. I'm getting some black smoke off of it. I probably could have actually lit that without well, if I'd have feathered it out a little. Probably could have lit it with no fire starter. Oh yeah, that's going to burn for us. All right, guys, I'm probably going to cook over the fire tonight if this weather holds out and the wind doesn't kick up real bad. We'll come up with something to cook, but I'll get back with you when we got a decent fire going and come up with a menu. All right, folks, we are going to try to cook over this campfire. That grate, there ain't no using it. It's so bent and warped up that it just won't work. We'll start by putting us a little oil in this Dutch oven. That ought to be enough. And we're going to season up these, they're boneless pork chops or pork loins, what they are. We're going to try to season them a little bit, or a lot. And what we're going to do is we're going to brown these in this Dutch oven. Then we're going to cut us up some potatoes. And I'm going to use onion. It doesn't say to, but I'm going to, because you need to, I guess. Once I brown these, I'll pull them out, get that grease out of the Dutch oven. Then what I got here is some condensed milk that I poured a can of condensed milk in there and then another can of water. So it's like milk. Obviously, I don't carry fresh milk in my van. Guess I could in the refrigerator. But you pull these out, put your diced up potatoes in there, mix up some onion soup, cream of mushroom soup, and a quarter cup of milk, and pour that over your potatoes and your meat, and you cook it for an hour, which obviously we don't have an oven. We got a Dutch oven, and I don't know how my coals are doing really, but we're going to try to brown these anyway. But that's what it says do. Brown those up and then pull them out and put your potatoes and stuff in there. So what I'm going to get to doing, while those are browning, I'm going to get my potatoes cut up and an onion, because you got to have onion. And I'll get back with you right, well, as soon as we get it back on there anyway. All right, now we're going to try to mix up our dry ingredients, or relatively dry. Our onion soup mix. Man, that looks good. Got my pork chops or pork loins browned off there. They look pretty good. Now this. Came out just like it was supposed to. Can't believe that. Now, a 1/4 cup of milk. And hopefully I didn't forget anything else. Onion soup mix, cream of mushroom, and a 1/4 cup of milk. I don't mind telling you, a 1/4 cup of milk ain't much. And traditionally, when you're cooking in a Dutch oven, you would put coals under the bottom and then coals on top. But what I'm going to try to do is just kind of break those coals around and just kind of nestle it down in the middle of it, where the majority of the heat is just around the edges. And I don't really want those onions on the bottom, but we might not can help it. Shoot, I might have needed more potatoes. I mean, not because I need that many to eat, but maybe for the recipe, I don't know. We're going to go with what we got, though. I'm saying that juice can go right in there. Wow. Now this is the hard part. It says pour it over the top, but that is thick as it can be. Well, what do you know, folks? Somebody actually cooking a recipe they found on Facebook. Everybody likes them and shares them, but do they cook them? And this recipe is not made for a Dutch oven. It's made for cooking in your oven. It says 1 hour at 350. So I don't know. We may burn it up, or it may actually work. Well, we didn't know that. Oh. You know what I might do, though? I might try to shovel some coals on top of that. That probably ain't the ideal thing. Whoa! Man. I can tell you this, that fire is hot. We might be messing up. But we'll set it in there and just let that fire burn down. Burn all my arm hairs off, I know that. All right, folks, we're going to give it a try and see what happens. We're Worst we can do is end up eating oatmeal. All right, I'll get back with you when something happens. While we've got our supper over there cooking, we might as well make some dessert, because I've got plenty of milk left. I don't know how this is going to taste with that canned milk, but I got some best choice chocolate pudding. Can't go wrong, right? Cheap milk, cheap pudding. It says 2 cups of cold milk. This is relatively cold. Ew. It says once you mix it up to pour it into individual servings. Well, I think that is an individual serving. So we won't have to pour it into nothing. Look like Grandma and Grandpa riding through the park. Alright guys, we'll see how this works. I should have brought a lid for it. Well, I'm gonna go slap a lid on it and throw it in the refrigerator. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna clean this mess up while we wait on the other stuff to cook. Alright guys, I brought you, oh crap, we gotta do something about that. We don't need no copyright violations. I brought you back because my meat and potato deal over there actually got done. And I've just got it sitting over there staying warm. When it dawned on me, I didn't have anything to go with it. Well, I mean, I got meat and potatoes and onions. I don't need anything else. But I didn't have any bread. So what we're going to try to do is whip up some of these Jiffy buttermilk biscuits. And I am not going to roll them out. Normally when I cook them, I roll them out and cut them out into biscuits. But this time I'm going to make one huge one in this pan, hopefully. Got that at Goodwill the other day for like 98 cents. Then I had to peel the Goodwill sticker off of it a while ago. Or most of it anyway. The rest will burn off in the oven. These Jiffy buttermilk biscuits, if you've never tried them, they're pretty much like bulletproof. They, you can't mess them up. Well, I mean, you can mess them up cooking them, I suppose. But as far as the dough, you can't go wrong. Should have got a bigger bowl, I guess. But I could have swore this is the bowl I always use. Almost want to put another splash of water in there. And you know what? I think I'm going to. Might be a mistake, but won't be the first one I've made today. I did have a neighbor come over earlier and visit. Heck of a nice guy. He was just walking around, and I said hello and whatever. He checked out the van. He thought that was cool. But he's over there car camping. He's got it going on. He's I guess came to town for a funeral, and then just came out here to camp out tonight. Can't beat that. You know what? Probably need to go get some flour and put on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just put oil on it. Normally I'll get flour on my hands to work with the dough, but I kind of want to knead this a little bit, but not too much. I'll tell you what, we're going to call that good. We may regret it, but like I say, I normally, man, I don't want to do this. I normally roll it out on flour, but we'll see what we can do here. Well, this might be ugly as a mud fence. Oh yeah, this is going to be bad ugly. But we know who it's for, right? Ugly don't scare me. But I really don't want those edges to be too thin and burn before the rest of it gets done. My oven's about to get up to temperature. Whatever temperature really is, but all right, I'm going to try it. This is going to be bad. We know it is. All right, guys, I'm going to put that in the oven, and we're going to see what happens when we get it out. Or see what it looks like anyway. Coon food. I know I could have made them a little prettier, or made that a little prettier, but whatever. It'll work. All right, guys, I'm going to get shut off. I'll get back with you when I pull those out. Like I say, the meat and potatoes are done, so we'll go from here. All right, folks, we're getting ready. Getting ready to go to Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube jail for copyright, probably. But can't have everything, I guess. Well, apparently I'm getting my ass kicked by an iPhone. All right, Our meat and potatoes have been done. We're going to get this whopping pan of biscuits off of here and see what they look like. Well, it's actually just one biscuit, but it's a pan full. And I'll take that. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's stuck. Well, it ain't breaking right loose, so it might be stuck. Crap. Well, let me dish some of this up and then I can show you what it looks like. And we know we're going to eat 2 of them, right? Oh man, that gravy in there looks good. My problem's going to be doing something with the rest of it. But we're going to put the lid on it for now. Alright, I hope you can see it. Pork loins or boneless pork chops, potatoes and onions with Lipton onion soup mix, or best choice, whatever. I didn't get the good stuff. And mushroom soup, cream of mushroom soup, and a 1/4 cup of milk. That's it. We're going to try it. But what we're going to have to do first off, just because I think it'll be good, I have some sour cream here. Don't ask me where I got it. Pretty sure if they put it up there where you get the rest of your condiments, like the salt and pepper, you can get this too, right? Little sour cream on there. Now let's see if we can actually do something with this biscuit. Ooh. Oh, it's not stuck because it just moved in the whole pan. You know what I ought to do? I ought to just smear some butter on top of that. Bottom's not burnt. Top's brown. And as tasty as it can be. Well, I didn't really think this through before I turned the camera on, did I? Should have been ready, set, go. Alright guys, I'm going to shut you off. I'm going to eat this. If you don't see me again tonight, you'll know why. But we do still have the Jell-O pudding in there. Good morning, everybody. It is cold out here this morning. Cloudy, windy, everything else you can imagine, except for nice. I've been up since before daylight. Just didn't feel like getting out. I think it was sprinkling there for a while, or a little light rain or something. The grass is kind of wet out here. We're going to do something today, though. I don't know what. May try to do some fishing. I was supposed to be 59, but man, if it stays like this, it's foggy and everything else. Let me see if I can turn this thing around. You can kind of see the fog over there, over the top of the brush and stuff, top of the trees. But it is, man, it ain't nice. I know that. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to take our coffee and go in the camper and cook up some breakfast. I got the rest of that big ass biscuit I made last night for supper, And I have some homemade sausage gravy in there that a friend of mine, Becky, sent home with me here a couple of weeks ago. I've had it in the freezer. She's got it vacuum sealed, but I think I'm going to heat that gravy up in that biscuit. Might fry a couple of pieces of bacon or something, but we ain't going to do it out here. I could. Well, I could get that fire going, I guess. Could do a lot of stuff if I wasn't lazy. All right, I'll get back with you when we get something cooking. All right, folks, we are getting ready to do this. Got my coffee heating back up over here. I had the rest of that biscuit left over from last night. So I cut me off a chunk of it and split it open. Fried me up some bacon. And this is actually homemade bacon that I made. Supposed to have been maple, chipotle, whatever. But I cured it for 7 days. Then I smoked it. First day I cold smoked it for like 3 hours. Then the second day I ended up cold smoking it for like 4 hours, I guess. Then I was doing it for a friend of mine, and he ended up sending me back home with some after he sliced it. And I wasn't mad about that. I may have to use my cleanest dirty spoon. There we go. But, oh, let's say that coffee's high. We're going to get some of this gravy that Becky made me over these biscuits. And if I know me, I'll end up having to make a round 2. I would say the coffee heated back up nicely. Only one thing missing on biscuits and gravy. I don't even know which one to go with this morning. We'll try this one. I need to go out there and get that fire started. At least it'll look like I'm camping anyway. Yeah, that ought to do it. As normal, I probably overdid it. All right, guys, I'm going to eat this and I'll get back with you in just a little bit. If you can even see the screen, I'm going to show you in a minute. But I got that 100-watt Harbor Freight solar panel right there. And then I also have a Renogy 100-watt panel up on the roof that you probably can't see, but I promise you it's up there. Between the 200 watts of solar panels, I'll show you what we're getting. And like I say, I'm not sure if you can even see it. This thing is so... Anyway, if you can't see it, well, right now we're getting 137.5. When I first started setting the camera up, we were getting 140. Then it jumped to 143, and now it's back to 137. Anyway, that's not too bad out of 200 watts, and it's not optimum anyway, the flat one on the roof. But we're doing pretty good today. All right, guys, check my fitness app. I want to tell you what I did. So after breakfast, I took a little walk this morning, and I walked 2.16 miles. I know I'm always saying I don't hike and all that, but, and you can't see this screen. I know you can't. But anyway, I did 2.16 miles. Then I came back and did my dishes. So, pretty productive day so far. All right, guys, I'll get back with you when we do something else. Good morning. It is, I don't know, day 3 of this little adventure. I didn't get much footage yesterday. After I showed you the solar panels and that I'd walked 2.1 miles or whatever, I went on another little hike and ended up with, 3.8 miles or whatever on my fitness app. And I probably overdid it just a little bit. So I went in and took a nap, quite a nap I might add. So there wasn't much going on yesterday. And, you know, really that's what, you go camping or, you know, do what you enjoy to just get away from everything and just, if you feel like being lazy, be lazy. If you feel like going fishing, go fishing. And I know I'm shooting this for YouTube and for you people, but every now and then you just got to take a break and do what you're really here for. Just enjoy yourself. And that's what I did yesterday. I did try to film some cooking last night, and apparently you got to wait till the green light comes on the microphone, because I was in the van fixing supper, which was leftovers. I just chopped it up, made kind of like a hash out of it, put some cheese on it. It was good, but none of that footage had any audio to it, and I didn't feel like, you know, doing a voiceover because I'm not very good at that. So we just deleted that footage and woke up this morning with a whole new attitude. What we are going to do, though, I've got everything pretty much wrapped up around here. I just got to take the awning down, and we're going to strike out for home, but I figured I would fix some breakfast first. I've got some of that homemade bacon in there, some eggs, pancake mix, syrup, you name it. But instead, we're going to plan B. I don't feel like fooling with it. So, strawberry Pop-Tarts. That is going to be our breakfast, and another cup of coffee. All right, guys. We'll try to get a little footage of the lake and everything when I roll out of here. We'll see how that goes, but we'll try. All right, guys, I'll get back with you in a little bit.